So on the floor for Houston, Castle is out there with Paul. Then it's Williams. Then it's Khalil Ware. And it's Batum, and at the 3, the small forward. Good on the shot. Now that we have over half of this season completed, Greg, what are you most interested in seeing moving forward?
I'm looking at which teams are going to make that playoff push, right? And which teams are content with slipping into the lottery. A lot will be determined over the next few weeks.
And they have a narrow edge here in rebounding early on, and you wonder what kind of a role that's going to play moving forward.
And now let's send it over to our courtside reporter, Allie LaForce.
Well, the Celtics trying to keep that laser focus. Coach Joe Mazzulla said, quote, the closer you are to winning, the easier it is to become distracted by things that you can't control, things that don't matter. Mindset, discipline, and mental toughness are what separate you. Kevin, back to you.
Staying dialed in. Hey, Allie, thank you very much for the report.
And wait to finish and cut into that lead a little bit.
Yeah, but look at the basket guy still shaking. And so the timeout by Joe Mazzulla here. This now will give him a chance to discuss some potential changes. Look at our 2K leaderboard and a group of point guards that have a little bit of big man in them and some very good rebounding numbers since the All-Star break. Ben Simmons, number 1. 4th, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
And it may not be the first thing you think about, but if you look at a lot of the all-time great point guards, their rebounding, that nose for the basketball is a big part of their game.
And these guys have that same nose for the ball. These are some scrappy players. They can hold their own in the paint with anyone.
Now here's Simmons. He has yet to score. Just 5 on the clock. Caldwell Pope for 3. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. And the Celtics lead by 9.
And the story here, Kevin, early on is how well they shot the basketball.
And there's the call. It's going to be an illegal screen.
Beyond the leaning, you can see his feet weren't set on that screen. Easy call.
Look, guys get away with this all the time, but on this occasion, he got caught.
SGA's checked in for the Celtics. Pass to Bull. Outside for SGA. To the inside. Paul with the steal. Caldwell Pope against Castle. Here's Paul. Pass to Ware for the 3. He can't hit that time. And so it's the Boston Celtics in control with the 9-point lead to end the quarter. And they've done a phenomenal job down low. So many of their points coming right at the rim. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. And welcome back to the second quarter of action. Plenty of basketball left to play, but this one has been one-sided so far. And guys, what do you think about the offensive approach so far that we've seen for the Celtics?
So far, they haven't had to force anything. They're swinging the ball around and turning good passing into points.
Also, they're getting into the teeth of the defense. Points in the paint, something coaches always love to see.
This is how the floor looks for the Rockets starting the second. We've got Thompson. He's out there with Morant, and it's Leonard in at the 3. Now, here's Gilgeous-Alexander. His last outing, 16 points for him. Leonard on the wing. Rebound by the Celtics. And this is the first season matchup for them against this Rockets team.
And we saw how competitive and entertaining the season series was between these two terrific teams last year.
It's always a marquee matchup on the schedule. I think it's going to be another fun set of games between them this year.
And not entering the league as a natural catch-and-shoot guy, Ibaka certainly has developed this part of his game.
Leonard inside. He's against Bridges.
Gotta applaud the defensive effort. It's not easy to stop him getting in the lane like that.
Ibaka with the screen on Thompson. Here's SGA. And DeAndre Jordan throws it down.
And that's what Jordan does best. An extremely lethal dunker.
The Celtics have been a title contender for years now. So, RJ, what do you attribute that to?
Well, their talent level has been off the charts. But something else you can point to is their defense. The Celtics have been an elite defensive team for over a decade.
And he's got his first chance at the line here.
John Mikan at the line for 1.
On the free throw, no good. You know, Greg, a lot of the best scorers do what's called hunting, looking to create contact with the defender that they've zeroed in on.
Yeah, and that can be a legitimate technique to really negate a shot blocker. But when the offensive player basically initiates all the contact, we could do without some of those cheap foul calls against the defender.
Austin leading by 10. Pass to SGA. Ibaka sets the pick for Gilgeous-Alexander. Looking for Ibaka. He gets it there. Can't connect from short range.
Those are chances almost always you can rely on him to get you 2 points, but the D, just enough to keep him out of rhythm.
Now here's Thompson. Had a tough time getting anything going against the Grizzlies. He was a non-factor. 6 to shoot. A 3 from Morant. The Rockets with another miss. And here's SGA. He'll bring it up for the Celtics. They are coming into this having notched a win against the Knicks in their last game.
Yeah, and that one, they caused a lot of misfires with their intensity on the defensive end.
They were hustling to get in front of every play they could, always getting a hand in the shooter's face.
And so the timeout taken here by Ime Udoka. He's going to take a few moments here to check in with his team and regroup. He's checked in for Boston. And how about we check the numbers for Shai Gilgeous-Alexander? Thompson with it. Scoreless thus far. Leonard kicks to Morant. Gilgeous-Alexander against Thompson. They grab their own miss. A three from Morant. The Rockets with another miss. Celtics leading by 12. Left side, SGA. Adams' shot is off. Houston's got nothing but zeros from long range in the second quarter. 0 of 4. Thompson looking for an opening. Pass to Shai. 6 on the shot clock. They set the pick for 3. Gordon Hayward comes up with the rebound. The Celtics have gone 3 of 7 shooting the ball here in the second quarter. Ibaka with a screen on Leonard. Gilgeous-Alexander against Leonard. It's tipped.
He just looks off this quarter. Looks like he's forcing it a bit right now. A little bit in his head.
Up top, Morant. And here's Leonard. Lets it go with a 3. Another miss by Houston.
And not allowing the shooter even an inch of breathing room on that one.
I'm sure they'll think twice about shooting against him next time.
Now, here's Bridges. The 12-point lead, their biggest of the game. On its way from Hayward for 2. And that one's off. He misses his first shot of the game. Thompson dishes to Morant. Back to Thompson. Pass to Morant. To stop the drought. A 3-ball by Morant.
When Ja is knocking down that 3 consistently, it takes his game to a different level.
And so the timeout by Joe Mazzulla here. He's going to take this chance to talk to his guys. Group in for the Celtics. Bull. He's checked in for Steven Adams. Ben Simmons comes in for Serge Ibaka. Shane Battier is checked in for Gordon Hayward. And it's Kentavious Caldwell-Pope in for Bridges. And here's Gilgeous-Alexander. He'll bring it up for the Celtics. Next up will be a home game matched up against the Pacers. That'll be the latter half of this 2-game homestand.
And watch out for SGA going to the basket. He will put it on your head if you're not watching.
And Greg, these boys veterans really seem to have triggered a shift for the Rockets.
At the same time, it's going to be Houston's young talent that determines their future. And they've already shown they can make a major impact.
Batum for 3. Rebound by the Celtics.
And they've only got a slight edge on the boards, but it just feels a lot bigger.
Bull setting the pick for SGA. And the dunk by Bull.
That's just too easy for Ball. Once he gets the right position, his focus there is on the finish.
Bounce pass from Paul. Here's Castle. And a great assist by Paul as that one goes in. Castle's got his second basket of the night. Simmons got a hand on it. Now here's Paul. Nothing on the board. Has to Ware. And the wide open shot from Paul. Nice form on the 20-footer.
Good luck at trying to match up with Paul in these sets. He's just so good. It's nearly impossible trying to stop him from breaking their defense apart.
And they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing the ball into the paint.
And this is his first trip to the line tonight.
Looking back to last season, he was at about 73%.
Jordan, he's checked in for Contavious Caldwell-Pope. That one misses for Simmons. And defensively, the Celtics for sure switch a lot.
Yeah, that strategy is the norm in the NBA. They have versatile defenders that do it, though, and it's still a big part of how they stifle their opponent's three-point shooting.
There's 38 seconds left in the first half of the game. Williams, a screen on Simmons. Paul can't get it to go.
Not that time, but that's a shot that he's going to make more oftentimes than this.
And the dunk by Paul.
The D just kind of stepping aside and letting him get to the rim.
There's a reason, GA. The lead is what it is right now.
Yeah, it's going to take better rim protection than that if they're going to climb out of this hole.
Now Paul. Williams, a screen on Simmons. The Rockets again can't hit. And so it's the Boston Celtics enjoying a 12-point lead as they talk things over during the break. They've got their field goal percentage to thank for that. They've been hot from all over the floor tonight. We'll return shortly.
Hey folks, happy you joined us. The action tonight, a bit wild and a big deficit now for the Houston Rockets.
Well, they obviously love the three-point shot, but tonight it does not love them back.
You know what, Kenny? When you love something and it doesn't love you back, time to move on.
Hold on, let me write that down. Let's shift gears now and see how things are stacking up in the Western Conference.
Taking a look here at the Rockets, they knew it was going to be a tough year, and I got to say it's been hard to watch them fight, looking through all these challenges. You hope they're learning something out there, challenging times for the franchise.
That'll do it for our show tonight. Thanks for joining us, and we'll send you back to Kevin Harlan for more Hoops action.
And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the route that it's threatening to be. DeAndre Jordan has been sensational.
You just love the patience in that first half. Waited until he got the look he wanted.
You love guys who can get their shots within the flow of the offense.
Hayward out there with Ibaka. Then there's Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Then there's DeAndre Jordan. And it's Bridges in at the 2. And that's the group for Joe Mazzulla as we begin the second half. Now, here's Bridges. Still without a basket. Great touch on the 16-footer. Bridges has got the lead up to 14 now for Boston.
A major threat from the mid-range. You can't allow Bridges to get comfortable from there.
Here's Shades. Over Jordan. Tried to bank it in, but he missed it. Bridges finds SGA. Jordan sets the screen for SGA. Hayward outside. No good on the shot. Morant with some nice D. Thompson passes to Morant. Here's Shades. Some nice passing there by Houston. Morant looking around. No good on the three. Boston leading by 14. Outside, Gilgeous-Alexander. Here's Jordan. It's rebounded by Houston. Mikan's got 7 rebounds in the game. Morant outside. Thompson in the corner. Pass to Mikan. Over Jordan. Hayward grabs the board.
And out of the gates here in this second half, they have not started well. 0 of 3.
Ibaka sets the pick for SGA. To the paint. Here's Jordan. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
And Jordan doesn't look to score often, but when he does, he goes up strong and attracts the defense.
For Boston, they have gone 1 of 3 at the line here. That free throw missing.
An incredible 6'11" athlete. DeAndre Jordan tries to own the rim on both ends. It's his airspace when he's out there.
And he ends up missing both free throws. And as the NBA gets more involved in global basketball, Richard, you and I were just talking about this. Commissioner Silver wondering about shortening games to 40 minutes. What are your thoughts?
Well, in the game of 2K, I think the sweet spot is about a 5-minute quarter. But in real life, if you change 48 minutes, there will be a revolt.
Finally, they get one to drop. That's one of their first 4 here in the third.
Here's SGA. And Ibaka kicks to Gilgeous-Alexander. Jordan, a screen on Morant. Bridges misses.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
It's Morant with the drive. Pass to Leonard. Fader on the way. Good. And the nice assist from Morant. Leonard's got 4 this quarter.
Totally dialed in. Leonard makes quick work from that mid-range.
Now Ibaka. Outside Leonard from downtown. The 3 goes down the hatch from Kawhi.
And we talk about the importance of versatility. He's really got it all on the offensive end.
Hayward right side. And they wasted no time getting those 3 points back. Hayward's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Mikan. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2.
There's little the 6'10" George Mikan doesn't do on the floor. He does lots of scoring. He hauls in rebounds. Everything you could ask of a big man.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
He misses the free throw. And a new group in for the Celtics. Steven Adams, he's checked in for Jordan. Bol comes in for Serge Ibaka. Shane Battier is checked in for Gordon Hayward. And Simmons subbed in for Gilgeous-Alexander. Nicholas Batum, he's checked in for the Rockets. Chris Paul comes in for Thompson. He hits the second from the line. Here's Simmons. Pass to Adams. In the corner, Bol with it. That'll be Boston as it goes out of bounds. Celtics retain possession.
And looking at the numbers for Ben Simmons, since the break, he's come back strong, really making his presence felt. Averaging about 7 points, 6 assists, and 5 rebounds. But you look at all that, and really it doesn't give you the entire picture of his impact defensively.
Just in general, numbers don't tell the whole story with defense. Guys like him, you have to watch to understand his impact.
Bol, that's good.
Yeah, inside, Bol does a great job just making subtle adjustments and utilizing that length.
Morant outside. And Morant throws it down.
That should give them a nice little jolt.
Yeah, it has to. They need a jolt, GA.
And they need more where that came from. They're not out of this hole yet.
Now here's Simmons. Down low. It's intercepted. Here's Batum. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass.
And he has to build on this because we can see where him being a ghost out there has gotten them so far.
Battier outside. Back to Simmons. Over Paul. Simmons. It's rebounded by Paul. Rockets trail by 7. Morant outside. Pass to Ware. Now here's Paul. Oh, Leonard in position. Outside, Simmons.
2 minutes remaining in the third.
There's 1:59 left in the third quarter of the game. Battier cannot hit.
Rare you'll see him miss such an open look.
And Batum kicks to Paul. Leonard dishes to Paul. Shot clock at 6. Misses the 3. Celtics leading by 7. Here's Battier. The offensive rebound. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
A simple rule, guys. Never foul a jump shooter like Battier. Normally, they are reliable at the free throw line.
And so the timeout by Joe Mazzulla here. He's going to have a discussion on the sideline.
Here they come. It's Celtics Entertainment.
Making a switch here. Hayward's checked in, and the Rockets making a change here. Free throw drops for Battier. Both free throws good from Battier. 1:25 left in the third quarter. And it's Leonard with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Rockets. 9-point game. Kawhi confident inside.
And after he went scoreless in the first half, he's finally getting it going, looking much more comfortable.
Here's Simmons. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Simmons got his second basket of the night.
At 6'10", Simmons knows he has the height needed to score inside. He just has to finish strong.
Inside. Here's Williams. And it goes out of bounds. One off board. Gilgeous Alexander's checked in for Shane Battier.
On the court.
Here's Mikan, and he caught that pass in full stride on his way to the big slam.
Yeah, we know Morant can put up tons of points, but Ja is at his best when he's also involving others.
Pass to Hayward. Just 5 to shoot. They see that time from Leonard. It's trailed by 7. From past the arc. Bridges with the board. Outside, Gilgeous-Alexander. Three-pointer. And the last second attempt does not go in for him. And so it's the Boston Celtics, bringing the quarter to a close with a 7-point lead. Their defense has been terrific in this game. Back to the action in just a minute. And a worthy candidate tonight as we take a look at our State Farm assist of the game.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
Serving it up on a platter, that is a beautiful dish. And 2 teammates on the same page.
The fourth quarter has arrived. So good to have you with us. Fourth quarter on the court for the Rockets. Thompson is out there with John Morant. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. And it's Shays in at the 4. Count the bucket, and he's got a free throw coming up as well.
Strong take by SGA. 6'6" with point guard skills. What a nightmare matchup he is.
All right, we'll take a look now at how the points have been generated so far. A scoring breakdown for the Celtics.
Their offense has been a well-oiled machine. They're moving the ball around, playing for one another, and just piling up assists.
And another thing they've been doing all game long is knocking down the 3. Shooting has been a big part of their game plan tonight.
Rockets trail by 10. Pass to Shea. Back to Leonard. To the paint. Low block shot. And it's blocked by Ibaka.
Very sharp defensive instincts. There's no easy shots when Ibaka is around.
Jordan sets the screen for Gilgeous-Alexander. Over Thompson. And he tries off the glass, but it's no good. Morant with it. Thompson right side. Shoots over Gilgeous-Alexander. The shot by Thompson, no good.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
Ibaka sets the pick for SGA. The high post shot. A steal. And here we go with Thompson running it up the court. Leonard with no one around. Another miss by Houston. Celtics leading by 10. First minute and a half of basketball played here in the fourth quarter. Leonard against Gilgeous-Alexander. Just 4 to shoot. Using his size out of the backcourt. Gilgeous-Alexander.
An expert at getting into the lane and creating havoc. SGA.
And timeout is called by Ime Udoka. Wants to make sure everybody's coordinated and intent. we'll hear from Allie LaForce, and she's got a story for us. An update. Allie?
Hey, guys. During that last break, I heard Ime Udoka as he talked with the team. Point blank, he wants better shot selection. He told them, we're settling, guys. Come on. We're not being patient out there. We're not working the ball around. That has to change right now.
Right, Allie. We thank you for that. Here's Thompson. Morant outside. Pass to Shea. And here's Thompson. Shoots. That's in, and the Celtic lead is cut down to 10 on the bucket from Shea.
Pick works well there. Not much resistance from the D.
Yeah, that just comes down to a lack of effort. The defender has to do a better job fighting through the screen.
Now, here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Simmons passes to SGA. Lock at 6. And they double up Simmons. And they pick up 2. And the Celtics lead by 12.
I'm sorry, that's poor defense down low again. It's been a mismatch thus far in the paint.
Thompson the bounce pass. And here's Leonard from 3. That's in, coming off the assist from Thompson. Thompson's got 4 assists now tonight. SGA against Thompson. To the inside. And DeAndre Jordan throws it down.
Get him the ball anywhere close to the hoop. That thing is over.
Pass to Shea. And here's Thompson. Here's Shea. Houston needs to get a shot. And it's Morant missing.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the chart.
Out to Ibaka. Gilgeous-Alexander surveying the D. Good D by Thompson. Rockets trail by 11. Shea's the pass to Morant. And here's Leonard from 3. Rebounded by the Celtics. Ibaka's got rebound number 8 now on the night. Here's Jordan. And DeAndre Jordan throws it down.
Yeah, he's shown terrific control of the pace and the rhythm of this offense.
He's locked in with his teammates right now, setting guys up in perfect position.
And play stops. Whistle on what looks to be an illegal screen.
That's going to draw a whistle every time down the floor. Not even close to being a legal screen.
That's a very avoidable turnover. You gotta focus on the details.
Celtics making a switch here. Bridges checks in. And we've got a timeout from Joe Mazzulla. It's a chance for them to regroup and refocus. Thompson against Gilgeous-Alexander. Inside, Ibaka. The shot's good. Gilgeous-Alexander making the play. SGA's got his assist totals piling up. 11 now for him. Pass to Shea. Now here's Morant. Off target from three-point range.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
And they're up right now, but it hasn't been because of him. He's really struggled on offense.
And that's the connection Leonard has with his guys. Knows when to go for that alley-oop.
Boston leading by 13. Up top, Gilgeous-Alexander. He's covered by Thompson. Now here's Bridges. 6 to shoot. Bridges double team. And he banks the layup in.
The defense makes Bridges work for it, but he is more than up for the task.
Now here's Leonard. And that's a foul called on Shea Gilgeous-Alexander. That's his first foul.
First personal foul. First team foul.
Thompson outside. A screen from Thompson. 5 to shoot.
Been fantastic at playing within himself on defense. Gilgeous-Alexander using his length well there to contest without fouling.
A minute 42 left to play in the final quarter. Buries the deep ball.
Smart decision to kick it out to another guy once the defense is fixated on him in the paint.
If they want to, they can milk the clock just a little bit here.
Yeah, that's the best option.
Gilgeous-Alexander. Jumper is off. It's trailed by 12. Now Thompson. Morant outside. Got it to go.
This is how dominant Leonard can be. And once he finds his comfort zone, he keeps his foot on the gas. And we'll just watch the clock wind down, guys, in what will turn out to be a win here for Boston.
This was a physical game.
Yeah, I mean, they were aware of the rotations defensively. They were able to attack the rim.
And so with this win, they'll move to 6 victories on the season. And a great team effort tonight, helped in large part with contributions, and the nice night it ended up being for Shea Gilgeous-Alexander.
And his playmaking is what stood out to me. Effortlessly creating for his teammates.
Putting defenders in tough spots is a trait of Hayward's game. I mean, he gets his man on the back foot and forces him to either foul or give up the easy
For 2 shots.
The first free throw is good.
And what you love about Hayward, the all-around ability. Scores, facilitates rebounds, and does so with consistency.
Hayward hits them both. And so it's Leonard with it. He'll bring it up for Houston. It's a 14-point game. The 3 goes down.
Yeah, Leonard really utilizing the vision to find the crack in the defensive coverage.
6 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Now Hayward. Bull outside. 5 on the clock. No good from 3. So it's Boston easily grabbing this one. Even early on in this one, it seemed like they were happy to be playing at home tonight.
And it makes a big difference. Once they started to really play in rhythm, you never felt like they had any doubts as to whether or not they were going to win.
Now let's send it over to Allie LaForce on the sideline with our player of the game. Allie, take it away.
Shea Shea, you were using those long arms to be disruptive on the defensive end. What's your focus at that?
Terrific, Allie. Thanks.
And if you're a fan of strong post play, you're in. For a treat tonight.
Boy, P.A., you remember when the conversation was, you don't need centers anymore? Guess what? We're back at it. Two of the best at the 5 spot in this one.
And the Milwaukee starting 5. Desmond Bain is out there with Johnson. Then it's Miller, and it's Reed in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Pass to West. Inside. Here's Caldwell. Always a nice way to start. Makes his first one.
Nice way to start the game. That's where you'd like to get your shots from.
Outside Bain from deep three-point land. They get the rebound. Oh, and Mobley with the block. Here's Caldwell. Mobley passes to McDaniels. Pass to West. 5 to shoot. Mobley, a screen on Johnson. West. And the 3 off target.
And that closeout certainly made a difference.
Well, no question. He altered that shot, and most of the time, that's just as good as blocking it.
Now here's Johnson. Against Sacramento, he was really on his game. And that one drops for him.
And they get that first bucket. 1 for 4 to start this game.
And in the first, a little over a minute and a half in. Mobley outside. To the middle. And he takes the fantastic lead pass up strong for the slam.
Wow, you have to love the decision-making of the big man, Mr. Mobley. What a pass.
Grant, the Clippers were finally healthy in the playoffs last season, but it still wasn't quite enough.
Yeah, but they gave us a dramatic 7-game series against the Nuggets, who then went on to push OKC to 7 games. So even if it wasn't the outcome the Clips wanted, still a heck of a season.
Here's Caldwell. He picked up 10 in his last game. Pulls up on the wing. West misses.
And this is exactly what you have to do to stop him. That was a tremendous contest, forcing the miss.
McDaniels against Johnson. Back to Payne. 6 to shoot. Pass to Johnson. Milwaukee needs to get a shot off here. And out of bounds. Los Angeles will have it. All right, a chance to check out stats for Desmond Bane. And a little over 2.5 minutes gone here in the first. Pass to Caldwell. And he banks in the layup. Caldwell's got 6.
I love this approach. Getting him involved early, and it's already paying off.
They know that if this guy goes off, their chances of winning rise exponentially.
Drops in the layup for 2.
Welcoming the contact. Bane's built like a tree trunk out there.
The Clippers in the lead. First quarter of action, just under 3.5 minutes played. Here's West. The shot misses. Johnson with the defensive effort. To the paint. Kirilenko passes to Johnson. From deep, Bane. It's hauled in by the Clippers. Last game matched up with the Grizzlies. A tough loss there.
And that was a gut punch. To come up short after battling through 2 overtimes, they poured a lot of sweat into that game and came away with nothing to show for it. The screener was leaning a bit right there. His feet may not have been planted. Pretty obvious call by the officials.
You know, he's just leaning a little bit. You try to get away with it, but boy, the official all over it.
And the Clippers making a change here. Sabonis checked in. Anunoby, he's checked in for the Bucks. And so timeout here by Doc Rivers. He'll take the opportunity to regroup. Now a look back at last year's top shooting teams in the NBA. The 4th spot held by the Bucks.
They were so consistent with their shooting. Maybe not lights out, but they played smart and didn't let good looks go to waste.
And here's Miller. Still no points. Some nice passing by Milwaukee here. Outside Anunoby. He buries it from 3.
Nice job by OG Anunoby to be aggressive from distance.
Caldwell passes to Mobley. Now McDaniels. Pass to West. Shot clock at 6. And after missing his first 3 shots, he drains it. 1 for 4.
Attacking in the painted area. Clearly that was their game plan coming in.
And let's swing it over to the sideline and hear from Allie.
Hey, BA. OG Anunoby is so destructive. He's led the league in steals. And he said, I want to be the defensive player of the year. I've always thought I was the best defender in the league. I'm athletic enough, strong enough, and smart enough to defend every single position. Back to you guys.
Very confident. Thanks much for the report, Allie. Well, Grant, a wrist injury hampered Brandon Miller in year 2. Good to have him back in action, though.
Yeah, the number 2 pick in 2023. I mean, the future still bright for Miller. And he'll have every opportunity to fulfill his immense potential.
And so he draws the foul, headed to the line to shoot a pair.
Heady play to stop that easy layup right there. I mean, make him earn it at the line.
Well, Grant, you got to give the Bucks credit. 9 straight postseason appearances, the longest running streak in the league.
Yeah, but 3 straight first-round exits. I mean, you could tell the boat's taking on water, and tough decisions are required.
And the first one at the line is good. With the postseason in our sights now, what's more important to have, home court advantage or momentum, Grant?
I'd argue both, BA. I mean, if I had to choose one, I'd say momentum, just because you want to be peaking at the right time heading into the playoffs.
And Sabonis drops them both.
Well, this guy's so crafty. Once he catches the defender a little bit out of position, it's a very good bet he's going to get some free throws.
Now here's Murray. Checking his numbers. He's put up a little over 9 points a game. Throws it up high. And Hartenstein slams it in.
Hartenstein doing easy work around the cup. That's a pretty pass and a better finish.
A brilliant dunk. And he hangs up there for a while, too.
Like he's posing for the camera. He's just hanging out, posing for pictures, just making himself at home. Here's Murray. It's hauled in by Robinson.
Okay, nice crossover, but it means nothing if you can't complete the shot.
Here's Allen. The shot no good. Oh, nice D from Anunoby. The Bucks trail by 3. The drive by Murray over Fox. Misses the baby hook.
Probably should have scored there. He usually does.
Robinson against Murray. Outside Robinson. Here's Sabonis. Ooh, lands soft on the front of the rim and drops in.
They're finding ways to get the ball into the paint. 5 consecutive buckets.
Hartenstein with a screen on Allen. Shoots from the baseline. The putback. Controls the rebound and the putback.
Well, you see Hartenstein using both the size and the strength to his advantage. Nicely done.
Allen outside. Pass to Robinson. Puts up a 3. No good. Bucks trail by 3. Outside Johnson. Shoots over Allen. And he recovers it. Second shot opportunity. And the layup is good by Johnson.
Well, this is a big part of his game, creating offense for his team off the glass.
Fox finds Sabonis. There's the triple. And it's Fox missing. Milwaukee has gone 1 for 5 from 3-point range. A cold start. Allen outside. And that's a foul called on OG Anunoby. That's his first foul of the game.
Second team foul. Checking in for Milwaukee, number 20, Alexander Sarr.
Allen on the wing, covered by Johnson. Allen left side. Three-pointer, Fox. No good on the buzzer beater. 1 quarter in the books, and it's been a close one. It's Los Angeles up 1. And we'll bring you the start of quarter number 2 when we return. And close game underway so far. We'll see if either of these teams can jump out ahead in the second quarter. And a moment to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from for Los Angeles.
They've been really going at the defense in the painted area, and so far the opposition really hasn't had an answer for them.
Yeah, they've also been alert and active on the defensive end, creating turnovers and turning those into points on the offensive end.
So on the floor for Milwaukee, Murray out there with Desmond Bane. Then there's Sarr, then it's Jalen Johnson, and it's Reed in at the 5 down low.
And Murray, lethal off the dribble, but can do it off the catch as well.
So it's the Clippers now. After the basket by Milwaukee on the other end. Back to Fox. Launches a 3. Offensive board.
Boy, the defense baits him into taking that shot. Sometimes I say there's a reason you're open.
Sarr passes to Bane. Pass to Murray. Back to Bane. Rebound by the Clippers.
Boy, that was his shot to miss. This guy's a terrific mid-range shooter.
Oh, and he blocks it off the glass. Wow. Here's Johnson. McDaniels covering. Down low. Here's Reed. He gets it in there. And the Bucks lead by 3.
They just look so overwhelmed inside. Yeah, that's why they continue to get attacked.
They need something good to happen here.
Yeah, they've gone way too long without a score.
Out of bounds. It'll be the Clippers' ball. And now let's look at some shooting guards who have been lights out from 3 since the All-Star break. Desmond Bane, 3rd.
These long-range shooters almost always have the green light because they're just so accurate.
You don't want to get into a three-point contest with any of these players. The range we see among that group is beyond belief. Even against the tightest of coverage, no shot is a bad shot for any of them.
Brandon Miller's checked in for the Bucks. Blocked!
And this team is better when Murray is engaged defensively. And that was a big-time block.
And the officials whistle a foul on the shot. The bucket is good, and he'll go to the line.
And once more this half, they find a way to get great position inside.
And a moment now to quickly take a look at the offensive approach for Milwaukee.
Well, we've seen them take advantage of the lanes given to them so far. The defense isn't plugging it up, and it's being exploited.
Yeah, and in addition, their ball movement has really unleashed their offense. Boy, they've been fun to watch.
The free throw drops for Sarr. And Doris, when you have a veteran roster with some of the injury history of these Clippers, load management becomes a big consideration.
And B.A., how impressive is the resiliency of this team in the face of all that injury history they have? Credit the front office for the depth they have developed and the coaching staff for their incredible adaptability. It is nothing short of remarkable.
Now here's Murray. Picked by Murray. Miller, the pass to Kirilenko. Outside Murray. Oh, it's stolen. Now Los Angeles moving it up. Here's West. And blocked. That one goes careening off the glass. Pass to McDaniels. Shot clock at 5. Drills it from deep.
Yeah, McDaniels really trying to become consistent with that jump shot.
Now here's Miller. No points so far. And here's Reed. On the wing, Murray. And out of bounds. Los Angeles will have it. OG Anunoby checked in for Sarr.
Number 45, OG Anunoby.
Here's Caldwell. He's got 6. And a little under 3.5 minutes elapsed here in the second quarter. Here's West. Oh, and another 3 for the Clippers.
Yeah, Evan Mobley might be a big man, but boy, how about the touch on that pass right there?
Miller outside. Outside Anunoby. Outside Murray. Here's West, defended by Murray. Pass to Caldwell. Well, most NBA teams run their offense through their star player. But, Grant, that can leave the team vulnerable when that player has an off night.
You know, in a strange way, it's almost better if your star is out of the game. I know that sounds weird, but those complementary players get increased opportunities and are emboldened to do more.
First one falls for him. Isaiah Hartenstein's checked in for Milwaukee. Johnson comes in for Murray. It's both from the stripe. And so it's Johnson with it. He brings it up for the Bucks. And so timeout here by Doc Rivers. Coach taking this moment to speak to his guys, maybe alter some of the game plan. Hartenstein with it. Miller outside. Pass to Johnson. 5 on the clock. They double him with Mobley. Oh, and Mobley with the block.
Boy, Mobley read that the entire way. His defensive instincts are so good.
This has been a close game in a lot of ways, but they do have an edge on the boards.
Since entering the league, Doris, Evan Mobley has been a defensive stalwart.
B.A., Evan is the ultimate chess piece for a head coach. He's cross-positional, meaning he can basically guard 1 through 5. Elite at rim protection. If he gets cross-matched on a switch on the perimeter, he can get down in a stance and stay in front of a guard. What can't he do on the defensive end?
These are his first free throws of the game. first free throw is good. Sabonis, he's checked in for the Clippers. And that's good as he hits both shots.
Yeah, they're really cashing in more at the line here in the second quarter.
Outside Anunoby. Pass to Miller. Over Allen. And it's the Clippers with the rebound. This, of course, their first opportunity to play Milwaukee this season.
They expected more of themselves against this team last year. Split the games between them.
Three-pointer. After missing his first attempt, now 1 for 2.
I just love the ball movement.
Now Johnson, looking at his production, close to 12 points a game. Miller outside. Pass to Hartenstein. Here's Kirilenko. Fires the three. Caldwell grabs the miss.
And he probably thought he was going to bury that one.
Here's McGinnis.
2 minutes remaining in the first half.
Intercepted. They've been having major problems offensively.
Definitely in a bit of a dry spell.
Outside Anunoby. Let's go with a three. Miller outside. Pass to Johnson. Now Anunoby. Hartenstein passes to Johnson. Lets it go from deep. Another missed shot. He's 1 of 5. Looking shaky out there. The Clippers lead by 7. Here's Allen. It's Milwaukee with a rebound. Hartenstein's got 4 rebounds in the game. Outside Anunoby. Pass to Miller. 1:04 left to play in the half. Anunoby passes to Kirilenko. To snap the cold streak. And the Bucks miss again. And so it's Allen who brings up the ball for the LA Clippers. Here's Caldwell. He can't hit that time. Oh, nice D from Anunoby. Pass to Johnson. Now here's Miller. Back to Johnson. Hartenstein a screen. Johnson passes to Miller. Here's Hartenstein. Sinks another one. He's on a roll, starting 4 for 4.
Well, Isaiah Hartenstein is a handful to deal with, folks. If he's that close to the bucket, look out.
Here's Allen. And yep, it's good. Allen's got 5 points now this quarter.
You know, just one more example of his offensive arsenal. So tough to stop.
Here's Johnson. And he makes it.
With his level of quickness, it's tough to keep up defensively.
And so a close game as we wrap up the first half of play. It's Los Angeles up 5. And we'll see you back here after the break. Third quarter action in just a bit.
Ernie Johnson here with Kenny the Jet and the Big Diesel, Shaquille O'Neal. How about we start out with the Western Conference and how those teams are stacking up?
Well, I think for Los Angeles, they've played okay, but unfortunately, that's not getting you into the playoffs. They were hoping to take the next step this year. That led to a lot of frustration for everybody. Their fans are hangry. They wanted to eat.
And now, guys, it's time to talk about that challenging first half for the Bucks.
In a tight game like this, free throws could be the difference. It would help if they could get some freebies.
Is that how you saw it when they would foul you? Freebies?
Nah, it was usually and one. Free throws were just a bonus.
And that is going to do it for us. Let's get back to some second half action with Brian Anderson and company.
If you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. The Clippers lead by 5. Evan Mobley out there with McDaniels. And it's Mutombo in at the center position. That's the group starting the second half for Ty Lue. Here's the pick. Fires, top of the key. Count it. Good. West has got 7 points. And here's Milwaukee now. And here's Johnson from deep. Bain. That shot is off. Pass to West. Here's Caldwell. And there's the drive. Got a piece of it. Down to 5 on the shot clock. West. Mobley outside. Here's the 3. And Reed pulls it down. The Bucks trail by 7. And here's Johnson. And here in the second half of play, we're just over a minute in. Pass to West. Here's Caldwell. Give him 8 points now. Here's West to the inside. And a powerful one-handed slam.
Oh, nice one-handed jam there, B.A.
Hey, little exclamation point. Here's Kirilenko, covered by Mobley. Here's Kirilenko. Hasn't gotten one to fall yet. Miller outside. 11 feet out. It's rebounded by Los Angeles.
I think he's gone completely dry. Nothing is hitting.
And this is where you hope that he can find something easy so he can see the ball go through the net.
Now here's Mobley. They lead by the biggest margin of the game at 9. Driving in. A chance to push it to double digits, but it's off the mark.
Boy, they've managed without him to a degree, which bodes well for them overall.
Bain, no good.
And his struggles have been apparent. Unable to make an impact scoring the ball.
In terms of two-way guards, Fred, Desmond Bain is as good as any. What do you see in his game?
Well, just look at him, B.A. Bain is so strong. That really helps him there on the defensive end. And offensively, a lights-out three-point shooter.
And so timeout here by Doc Rivers. And we might see some changes. Coach potentially looking to adjust.
Hey there, fans. Get ready. Here are your
Since the All-Star break concluded, here's a view of which teams are leading the league in second chance points. In the third spot, the Bucks.
Second half of the season, they've made a concerted effort to compete on the offensive glass, and you see it in the numbers.
Sarr up top. Outside Murray. To end the drought. Rebounded by Fox.
Not a terrific start here in the second half. 4 attempts, nothing to show for it.
All right, let's get a report from Allie.
Well, Commissioner Adam Silver talked about U.S. youth development in hoops. He said when young players are a part of a singular organization, there's much more of an incentive to bring players along as opposed to a win-now mentality, and that's something that we can learn from Europe. Guys, back to you.
Taking that long view approach. All right, thank you, Allie. And there's the basket, and the whistle blows. Chance at a three-point play here. Going to the line for one. A long-limbed 6'5" guard, Grant. Talk about what DeJounte Murray brings to the table.
Oh, man, defense, defense, defense. I mean, he's led the league in steals, B.A., and Murray is really good at disrupting the point of attack, making things hard on the opposing ball handler.
Allen, he's checked in for the Clippers.
Yeah, DeJounte Murray, not elite in any one aspect, but he gives you so much from either guard spot. Just a great skill set no matter where he plays.
Here's Mobley. Got a hand on it. Pass to Murray. Spins. Now here's Johnson. Covered by Mobley. Mobley against Johnson. Reed. And he lays it up and in. Reed's got 6.
In a tight game, they wanted to make sure of that possession.
Fox finds Allen. And it's Bain with the rebound.
Ooh, old school right there. No easy buckets.
Murray passes to Bain. Back to Murray. There's the screen by Johnson. And it's Murray with the 3. And now just a 3-point Clipper lead.
In terms of volume and accuracy, Murray has shown a lot of growth with his 3-point shot since entering the league.
And a foul called on the way up. So he'll take 2 from the free throw line.
Man, the defender really went after him.
And now we'll get a perspective here on how the hustle game has been going for Los Angeles.
Their defensive intensity has served them well. It kept the offense scrambling and resulted in several steals.
And let's give them credit to the shot blocking on display. They set the tone early and have kept the pressure on defensively.
And he knocks down the first one. So both teams changing it up here. That's also good, so he hits both free throws. Bucks trail by 5. Outside Anunoby. And there's the call. It's going to be an illegal screen.
One of the trickier plays to judge, but it would be hard to argue against the call.
It is really difficult to get your feet completely set, to stay completely still. It's almost surprising to me that it isn't called more often.
Allen outside. And that's a foul called on OG Anunoby. That'll be a second foul of the game.
Second team foul.
Here's Sabonis. Pass to Fox. The 3 is up. That one falls. Nice feed from Sabonis. Fox has got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. Bain against Allen. Johnson inside. No points yet. Clock at 6. Murray for 3. It doesn't go for him. Oh, some solid defense from Fox. Tries the spin move. Murray against Robinson. And stolen by Bain. And the Bucks pushing it up now. Moving it up. Here's Anunoby. Oh, some solid defense from Fox. And so it's Fox with it. He'll bring it up for the Clippers. Down low. And Sabonis the bucket on the assist by Fox. And now a 10-point Los Angeles lead.
2 minutes remaining.
Johnson a screen on Allen. Shot to stop the run. Oh, and Johnson slams it in.
Well, Johnson's versatility really shows up in the pick and roll.
Fox the pass to Sabonis. Nice ball movement by Los Angeles. And there's a pick from the top of the key, and he connects with a jumper. Fox has got 5 points now in the quarter.
Defensively, you can't afford to get stuck on the pick.
You know exactly what that takes. It takes energy, it takes activity, it takes intensity.
And so timeout here by Doc Rivers. Coach probably just checking to make sure everybody's on the same page here. Making a switch here. Hartenstein's checked in. All right, let's bring up the leaderboard and see which players were the most efficient from the charity stripe last month. Desmond Bain, number 1. Second is De'Aaron Fox.
Both of these guys have been locked in at the foul line. There's been nothing the fans can do to distract them from hitting their shots.
A minute and a half left in the third quarter. Pass to Hartenstein. Robinson with a steal. Lays it up and banks it in. Robinson's got his second basket of the night.
Their offense has been unstoppable, just firing on all cylinders.
And at this point, it is their game to lose. They've done such a good job building the lead.
Now here's Bain. It's good.
And even if he isn't the biggest, strongest guy out there, Bain can still do damage inside.
Pass to Caldwell. Back to Fox. Now here's Robinson. Off target with the 3. There's 42 seconds left to play in the third quarter here. Right side Murray. It's rebounded by Los Angeles. Here's Caldwell. He's got 10. Here's Fox. Outside Robinson. Just 5 on the clock. No good there with a step back Jay. And here at the end of the third, it's a double-digit ball game. Clippers ahead, up by 10. And time to step away quickly, but we'll be back in no time with the start of the fourth quarter. And now let's listen in to Ty Lue in the huddle.
Keep attacking, all right? Ty, come on, be aggressive, all right? Let's move the ball, let's swing the ball, move body, drive and kick, all right?
Staying focused on the task at hand. Coach Lue urging his guys on.
It's all about focus and how you execute. When this team is playing together, they're dangerous.
With 3 quarters behind us, let's see what this fourth period holds in store. So on the floor for Milwaukee, they've got Johnson. Johnson is out there with Miller, and it's Kirilenko in at the power forward position.
And when Johnson gets an opening, no question he's looking to power it down.
Pass to West. Shoots over Johnson. West misses.
Boy, another miss, but you have to say to his teammates, great job. They have picked him up all evening long.
Kirilenko passes to Miller, and he jams it home with authority.
Oh, yes. 2 loud points from Miller, making his presence felt.
Here's Caldwell. That one doesn't drop. Great D that time from Miller. Bucks trail by 6. Kirilenko passes to Johnson. Miller outside. The 3. Gets the three to fall. Miller's got 5 points now this quarter.
Love the confidence from this young man. Miller is so quick off the catch.
Pass to West from behind the arc. Knocks it down from distance. And the Clippers lead by 6.
That's 2 triples for him. 1 in the first, 1 in the second.
Here's Kirilenko, covered by Mobley. Kirilenko passes to Miller. Outside Johnson. Pass to Reed, and he dunks it. What a pass to set him up.
That's what we call a power finish. There's no such thing as gentle for the big man.
And Ty Lue has called a timeout. No doubt he's going to utilize the opportunity to make sure they're all on the same page here. And let's send it over to Allie LaForce.
During that last break, Coach Tyronn Lue had some advice for the team. He told them, no time to celebrate. The work is not finished. We've got to stick with it and keep growing what we've got here. Words of wisdom for his squad. Back to you.
Appreciate the report, Allie. So it's Los Angeles now. They held a 12-point lead earlier. Here's Caldwell, guarded by Miller. Excellent D there from Reed. Miller, the pass to Johnson. Back to Miller. The 3-ball. Reed. Rebound by the Clippers. Mutombo's got 6 rebounds here tonight. We're in the fourth quarter here. Just under 2.5 minutes gone by. Pass to West. Fires the 3. And Reed pulls it down. Reed's got 4 rebounds now. And here's Johnson. Some nice passing by Milwaukee here.
Credit the hard work coming back. They're doing their best to steal this game.
They're showing so much passion and determination here at the end. They're close to the lead, but still have plenty of work left to do.
Here's West. And the layup is good off the glass. And the Clippers lead by 4.
Can't ask for a better look with the game in the balance.
Johnson passes to Miller. Back to Johnson. Perfection. Beautiful stroke.
They've now had assists on each of their last 3 buckets.
For Los Angeles, they've gotten only 2 of 6 attempts to drop in the fourth. Well, if you're just tuning in, welcome. We've played about 3.5 minutes into the fourth quarter here. Here's Mutombo, guarded by Reed. The shot by Mutombo, no good. Now the Bucks with it. They're on a 13-5 run. Pass to Miller. Back to Johnson. Picked by Reed. Now here's Miller to take the lead. Mobley grabs the board. Here's Caldwell, guarded by Miller, and out of bounds. Milwaukee will have it. Baines checked in for Milwaukee.
Number 22, Desmond Bain.
The Bucks have gone 6 for 9 here in the fourth quarter. Now here's Johnson. Baines surveying the D. To tie it up. Off offensive board. Reed, shots blocked, and he's able to get it back. And that's out of bounds. Milwaukee will keep it. Outside Bain, just 5 to shoot, picked by Reed. To take the lead. It's hauled in by the Clippers. Here's Caldwell. Mobley outside. Here's West, covered by Johnson. Ooh, the three doesn't go.
He didn't make them pay for that weak defense, but they just can't rely on him to miss those kind of shots.
Here's Kirilenko. Bain with it. To tie it up. Cleared away by Mobley. The Clippers have got 2 of 8 shots to drop in the final quarter. Oh, the slam off a fantastic lead pass. What a play.
I just love the aggressive finish.
I'm thinking he's sending a strong message with that jam. Now Johnson. Miller outside. Takes a 3. Oh, no good.
If you're trying to make a comeback, that is the kind of shot that doesn't help.
Here's Mobley. And he slams it down.
The ease with which the game comes to Evan Mobley. My goodness, it's fun watching this guy play above the rim.
And Doc Rivers calls timeout. He wants to make sure everyone is aligned, given the situation right now. 1:46 left in the fourth quarter. Johnson, they double him with McDaniels. Outside Johnson. 6 on the shot clock. And the ball out of play. The Clippers will have it. Los Angeles leading by 6. Here's West. 1:19 left in the fourth quarter. Oh, and Johnson with a block.
You know, I think it's desperation time for them.
I'll tell you, you need absolute perfection on every possession. That's what it's going to take here.
It was a strong move. The shot's just a little off.
He drops the first one, and that brings him within 5.
Willis Reed, shooting 2.
And he cannot convert on the second. That misses.
You know, he doesn't shrink the lead as much as he should have. That hurts a bit.
Now Mobley. With the rebound.
Now there's your rim protection. That's how you defend the post.
Boy, he really anchors well on the block. Very difficult to back down.
Zero fear from Bain. He wants to take the big shots.
Here's West. The Bucks getting their last shot to go. Here's Mutombo. That misses. And a timeout called here by Doc Rivers. And a great call on his part. This is the time you want to be in sync right here. Turning here to our analysts. What elements become the primary keys at this point?
Tricky situation here. They need some kind of bucket to stay alive.
And it's either got to be a three-pointer or a score quickly and take the foul.
Boy, you love how guys are making plays for one another here.
Yeah, just a balanced attack, a total team effort.
Here's Johnson. Now Bain. It falls!
Good passing to set that up. Teamwork on display.
And timeout called by Ty Lue. Critical moment here. He's not taking any chances. commit an intentional foul. We'll see another one of those, so they get into the penalty.
Getting a little desperate at this stage. I mean, the clock's the big factor.
And he commits the intentional foul. He gets the first, and that'll put him up 2. So he gets them both, and it's a 3-point game.
Boy, you love to see the calmness at the line. Didn't phase him at all. Big time spot, and he makes it easy.
So it's the Clippers taking the W in a close one. That was an incredible night of hoops. A tremendous finish. They waited until the very last moment to seal it.
And so many times we see these close games won by the home team.
Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Allie LaForce, Doris Burke, and Grant Hill, this is Brian Anderson alongside our 2K Sports crew, thanking you for watching. And time now to present our player of the game.
Well, the weekend has officially begun, and we welcome you to this 2K Sports presentation. So, Clark, for those teams getting ready for the playoff themselves. Is it time to hit the gas or punch cruise control? You know, take off a little bit right now.
Well, I think it depends on the situation of the team, Kevin. Complacency is what you want to avoid, and knowing your team and its makeup and where you are positionally in the standings and health-wise, I think impacts how you approach this last stretch.
And the starting group for the Spurs. Artest is out there with Lucas. Then there's Dante DiVincenzo. Then it's Olajuwon, and it's Van Arsdale in at the 2. Rollins the pass to Moncrief. Takes it inside. Rebound San Antonio. Coming into this having notched a win against Cleveland in their last game.
Well, it helps when your opponent makes that many mistakes. I thought that was the story of the game.
Yeah, I think that was a big part of it for sure, as it is anytime you make a bunch of mistakes. All they had to do was follow their game plan, and that's exactly what they did.
And he likes to get in a rhythm early. Nice triple.
Pass to Sampson. Here's Rollins. Now Howard. He's guarded by Olajuwon. That's short off the rim.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good look.
Olajuwon on the wing. Tipped away. Howard with the steal. Gay in the corner. Launches a 3. Second chance effort. A nice shot by Howard.
Sensational at hitting the glass. Howard has fantastic timing when he goes after those rebounds.
Lucas a screen on Moncrief. And here's DiVincenzo from the arc. The Hornets have gone just 1 of 4 to get this game started. Over the last 2 decades, Kemba Walker has been one of the few bright spots, Clark, for Charlotte basketball.
Yeah, you look back at his time there, he led the Hornets to their last 2 playoff appearances, Kevin. He retired as their all-time leading scorer, and now they're thrilled to have Kemba Walker back as a player enhancement coach.
And it's Olajuwon with the jam.
I mean, I hope you can appreciate the torque that kind of move generates. He just has that natural explosiveness. The dream is something to behold.
There's a good screen. Pass to Sampson, and Howard has it in the corner. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Rollins. 3-pointer. The shot that time, not on target. San Antonio leading by 5. And here's Artest. Hits some rim on the way in, and the bucket's good. Artest's got 5 points so far. Moncrief kicks to Gay. Pass to Sampson. Screened by Howard. Sampson's shot, good.
And Sampson, 7'4", versatile, mobile. Good luck trying to stop him inside. He's too tall, too long.
DiVincenzo passes to Olajuwon. Here's Van Arsdale. From deep 3-point land. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Olajuwon. And a chance here to check out some stats for him.
And guys, how about the surge of offense he's experiencing right now? These last 5 games, he's been a machine at the offensive end. A different scorer than he had been earlier in the season. We'll find out if he can keep it going here tonight.
The Spurs making a switch here. Wagner's checked in. Back to Moncrief. Nice pass in here by Charlotte. Howard kicks to Sampson. Moncrief El Cid with it. And he really played well against Denver. Gay against Wagner. Olajuwon the pass to Lucas. That one goes in.
And the story here, Kevin, early on, is how well they've shot the basketball.
Very high percentage so far, and if you want to start a game hot, that's the way to do it.
And a timeout called by Charles Lee. He's going to take a minute here to get things straightened out.
Timeout, Charlotte.
For Charlotte. Let's go to the 2K leaderboard. These teams have been terrific at turning turnovers into points. The Spurs second.
They're so aware defensively. I mean, an opportunistic group in terms of forcing miscues and getting out in transition. And boy, do they do a great job of taking advantage.
Outside ball. Edey with a screen for Ball. Kicks it out to James. And once again, off the mark by Charlotte. And Wagner's got the ball here for the Spurs. Outside Lever. Over in the corner, Kemp. A beautiful reverse layup.
Kemp is quite the talent as an interior scorer. Knows where to get it in order to score the ball deep inside.
Pass to Edey. That falls. Nice feed that time from Ball.
Well, you know, this is what you like about him as a facilitator. He hits his man where he can do something with the rock.
And Kemp, here we go. And Kemp slams it in.
Kemp, not only is he explosive, he's big too, but he can also beat you with his skill set.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Edey finds Eason. Whoops, there's the 24-second shot clock violation, so they'll turn it over.
And what a job they've done converting turnovers into points. Second in the league in that category. It really speaks to their collective tenacity.
And Craig, to be top of the league in blocks, they're playing a brand of defense that all but takes away an opponent's inside game. Well, Clark, after missing most of the 23-24 season, Tari Eason came back strong last season.
Boy, he sure did. I mean, he really looked good and comfortable out there. Made quality plays at both ends of the floor. So you really hate to see anybody get injured, but especially a young guy like him. But youth gives him a chance, I think, to bounce back pretty quickly.
Ball, the bounce pass. Rodman against Kemp. James in the post. And too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation. Boy, 3 games left until the start of the playoffs. Let's see how the East will look. As you take a look at Charlotte, right now they're on the outside looking in at the playoff seeds. And, of course, San Antonio, they're down there in the 10th spot.
And right now for San Antonio, they had the kind of hot and cold start that we've kind of come to expect. Nothing that would indicate they're in for any kind of a breakout season.
Oh, wow, man!
A vicious dunker. Kemp is truly awesome whenever he takes flight. Special to see him do his thing in the air.
Ball against Lever. Wagner outside. Down low, here's Kemp, and then Kemp slams it in.
And they have owned the paint so far, and the score reflects it.
And, you know, establishing that physical dominance early gives you a big mental edge, too. Don't discount that.
Now, here's Ball. They need this one. It doesn't go for him. And so it's the San Antonio Spurs. Their lead at 15 going into the break. They've been playing some ferocious defense. And we'll be back with you shortly. And so far through one quarter, it's been a lopsided game. We'll see if that changes here in the second. And a closer look here at the scoring breakdown for the Spurs.
I like how they work the ball inside, getting a little closer in there, and that really helps your offense.
Something else they've been doing really well is shredding that defense by getting all the way to the rack. They've been absolutely fearless in attacking the paint.
On the court right now for the Spurs, Lucas is out there with Olajuwon. Then there's Artest. Then there's Dante DiVincenzo. And it's Van Arsdale in at the two-guard spot. And the shot is good. The Spurs lead has been cut down to 10 on the bucket from Rollins.
Yeah, good-looking bounce pass to set up that one.
Pass to Van Arsdale. Here's Olajuwon, who's guarded by Howard. Olajuwon's shot is good. Olajuwon's got his second bucket of the night.
And they are attacking the rim and getting great results.
And how? I mean, they're taking this defense to task, taking them to school. Every one of their last 10 points have come in the paint.
Here's Howard, and Howard with the stuff.
And doing what he does best. Howard attacking the rim with that explosive power.
Olajuwon left side. It's Gay on the wing. Covered by Artest. Gay passes to Rollins. Now here's Moncrief. Charlotte moving the ball around. Takes the three. It's hauled in by Artest. San Antonio leading by 10. Here's Van Arsdale. Score the basket. Nice shot after missing his first attempt.
And it's coming easy for them right now. 5 baskets in a row in the paint.
And I say, hey, if it keeps working, go to it. Stay with it. I mean, until the defense responds and provides more resistance, keep making them pay.
Wow, and that sort of showmanship is just deflating right now to a team trying to get back into a game like this.
Ouch, Greg, that is definitely an emphasis jam. A big apostrophe or exclamation point, maybe even a question mark.
And guys, I know there are a lot of questions right now defensively for this team. There's no doubt about that.
And so Mitch Johnson decides to call timeout. He's ready to talk things through with them.
Now come to the floor, your high hip-hop crew.
And Greg, as a former point guard in this league, give us your top floor generals of all time. The guys that could direct the floor and could control a game.
Wow. If we're talking traditional point guards, I mean, I got to go Magic, Isaiah, CP3's in that conversation, Jason Kidd. But I've got a separate list for that hybrid point guard, right? Which that includes guys like Steph and Iverson, West, and the great Oscar Robertson.
DiVincenzo fighting hard for that bucket. Great determination.
Here's Moncrief. Still scoreless. Gay outside. Pass to Sampson. Lays it up off the glass.
That was big because they dug a big hole in the first quarter, but starting to show signs of life.
Sometimes, for whatever reason, a lot of times you don't know why. It takes a little while to work the knots out, but it looks like they're putting it together right now.
Pass to Gay. And it's off from three-point range. Spurs leading by 13. And almost 4 minutes gone here in the second quarter of play. Here's DiVincenzo. Dwight Howard pulls it in. Charlotte has gone 2 of 4 from three-point range so far in the second quarter. Now Moncrief. Nice move. Rebounded by the Spurs. Getting their first look of the season at this Hornets team.
And two teams here that were evenly matched a season ago as they split the season series.
Yeah, they'd settle for 500 against most teams. Both squads win challenge, perhaps a way to put it, but one of them has got to win tonight.
And a timeout called by Charles Lee. He made the decision to huddle up with his guys and talk about strategy. Some changes for Charlotte. Rodman comes in for Dwight Howard. And it's Lonzo Ball in for Moncrief. Now Ball. Hasn't made one yet. 3 from Gay. And once again off the mark by Charlotte.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead.
And it's been a well-rounded performance. I mean, strong rebounding has certainly been at the center of it, but it's been good on a number of levels.
Shot clock at 5. Here's Kemp. 6 for 6. He's yet to miss from the field.
And this is why they keep going to Kemp. They know what he's capable of on offense.
On the wing, Dumars driving the lane. Oh, that's blocked. Rollins against Dumars. And it's Ball in the corner. Here's Rollins. Covered by Dumars. Shot clock at 6. Here's Sampson. Another miss, and they've really hit a rough patch here. And so it's Lever who brings up the ball for San Antonio. 17-point lead, their biggest.
Oh, beautiful setup there. One thing you can say about Kemp, no pass is too high for him to go get. And, guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with their work down low.
2 minutes remaining in the half. 2 minutes.
Rodman against Kemp. And Kemp with the slam.
Yeah, once he gets to the rim, it's lights out. Kemp, just too much power and explosiveness.
Here's Sampson. No good. That's miss number 2 against 3 makes from the field. Wagner looking it over. To the paint. The jump hook. And off the left side of the rim, and it swirls in for him. Collins has got his first basket.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Yeah, and that's 4 straight field goals now they've allowed from point-blank range. Can't happen.
And a timeout called by Charles Lee. Coach is going to take a few minutes to regroup and go over the strategy. Have a look at the teams that have had the quickest hands in the NBA during the past month. The Hornets, number 1.
What a month they've had defensively. I mean, they've really gotten after it on that end of the floor.
And here is Ball. Still yet to score. Lever with the steal. Wagner outside. Over Eason. And there's Wagner on the assist by Lever.
Textbook play inside. Wagner doing everything right in that case.
Pass to Edey. Rodman looking it over. Here's Eason. The 3. No good that time.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
Yeah, double-digit advantage on the scoreboard. They've taken the initiative. They've played, I think, with more purpose so far.
This one for 3. Good on the triple. Eason's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game.
That is good offense, unselfish play.
Outside Lever. Pass to Kemp. Shoots over Rodman. Bank shot, no good. And so it's the San Antonio Spurs closing out the quarter with a 20-point lead. From the field, they have been outstanding, amazing shooting. That's what has them headed to a blowout. We've got more in store for you right after this.
Fans, please direct your attention to center court and get ready for the fan half-court shot. Drums, please. They're measuring up the shot.
Hello, everybody. We're here to break it all down, and through the first half of play, it's a very commanding lead for the San Antonio Spurs.
They did their homework. They're all on the same page. That's why we're seeing precision offense.
My analysis will be efficient as they're played. They're good.
Let's go now to our NBA power rankings and see how that last leg of the season is shaking out. Shaking a leg. Whatever.
When I look at San Antonio, they're a middle-of-the-pack team. Sure, they'll get some winning, but I don't know how much more beyond that.
Seems like they're missing a key piece or two. Maybe one of their younger guys will step up down the stretch.
And that is a wrap. Now let's send you back to Kevin Harlan for the start of the third quarter.
And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly here in the second. A fantastic game from Shawn Kemp in this one.
And how about the amount he's contributing in the scoring column through 2 quarters? He has been terrific.
And you know what? They've come at him a few different ways defensively, and nothing has slowed him down.
We've got Rollins. He's out there with Moncrief. Howard is out there with Rudy Gay. And it's Sampson in at the 4. That's the group starting the second half for Charles Lee. Rollins the pass to Moncrief. And he gets the whistle for the 3-second call.
Oh, costly error there. We'll see how they rebound from that miscue.
Well, you know what? Their wounds are self-inflicted. I mean, you've got to play much smarter than that.
Lucas up top. Back to DiVincenzo. Clock at 6. Screened by Lucas. DiVincenzo can't hit it.
I think everybody in the building expected him to make that collective shot.
Pass to Sampson. Lucas with the rebound. Lucas has got rebound number 5 here tonight. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up. It's going to be on Rudy Gay.
So powerful and smart inside. Really tough to knock Lucas off course.
San Antonio shooting their first free throws of the game.
And as a unit, they're shooting 78% from the line. That's a solid number to work with on the season.
You know, I know that's an aspect they've been trying to address as a team. I mean, they've got to get those free throw numbers up and improve.
And he knocks down the first one. Both free throws good from Lucas. And here are the Hornets now. Pass to Sampson. And here is Howard. Now here is Moncrief. Launches it. Olajuwon with the rebound. Olajuwon's got 4 rebounds in this game. Lucas, a screen on Moncrief. Pass to Lucas. Here's Van Arsdale. Olajuwon, left side. And sent back by Howard.
And Howard takes his shot blocking very seriously. Skying up and sending him back was his impressive vertical.
It's time to send it over now to our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Thank you, guys. Commissioner Adam Silver was asked about the wildest ideas thrown around in the league office. He said, quote, one thing that's been discussed is potentially 2 free throws for a foul on a 3-point shot. I don't think we do it in the last 2 minutes of the game, but that's something interesting. Guys?
Not a bad idea. All right, Allie, thanks a lot. A difficult situation for Charlotte. Searching for that first bucket here in the third. Moncrief the pass to Howard.
An aggressive player who draws attention. Howard is used to getting hit by the defense and plays quite well through contact.
Charlotte shooting their first free throws of the night right here.
Howard taking 2 shots.
That free throw, no good.
And when you think of Howard, defense and rebounding immediately comes to mind. I mean, he knows his role and plays it pretty well.
Second free throw, no good. And Clark is someone who has been around the game their entire life. What advice would you give to younger players?
A couple of things, Kevin, I would highlight. One is embrace the work, embrace the process of development, run your own race in that regard, stay away from the snare of compare, and dedicate yourself to being a continual learner and always striving to get better.
Sampson, a rebound by the Spurs. Lucas has got 6 rebounds here tonight.
And they start the second half with 3 straight misses.
Olajuwon kicks to DiVincenzo. Outside Artest. Lets the 3 fly. And it's Moncrief with the rebound.
Ooh, that's just turning into a slow start here in the second half. Seems like they left that offense in the locker room.
Here's the screen. And Howard has it in the corner. Inside. And stolen by Lucas. Here's Van Arsdale. Covered by Rollins. DiVincenzo passes to Olajuwon. Down to 5 on the shot clock. San Antonio needs to get off a shot here. Here's Rollins. Moncrief dishes to Sampson. Trying to end the drought. Rebounded by the Spurs. Olajuwon's got 6 rebounds in the game. Lucas up top. He has 6. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. And let's get your take, guys, on the scoring breakdown for the Spurs.
They've been playing some really physical offense, just attacking the paint as much as possible. And I tell you what, they have been very successful with that strategy.
And I love the way they've been attacking the basket. I mean, they've looked to penetrate every opportunity they've had, and they've done a nice job doing that.
And now we go to the 2K leaderboard to find out which teams have had the hottest shooters since All-Star. The Spurs second.
No doubt their offense has really hit its stride. I mean, they're making the extra pass and not settling for that first shot that presents itself. And you see that in their shooting percentage.
And he makes the first. Both free throws good from Lucas. And here's Ball. He'll bring it up for Charlotte. Nothing yet for them in the third quarter. Pass to Edey. Here's Eason. Defended by Lucas. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
And they are in the top third in the league in blocks. Rim protection, obviously important to them, and they have the horses to do it.
Their defense has been unreal. You brought up their points allowed ranking. They dictate the pace of every game they play. It's impossible to get out and run against them. And the first one at the line is good. Hans Wagner's checked in for Lucas. And so Eason nails both of them. The Spurs have gone only 1 of 5 from the field since halftime. Very slow start offensively. Kemp inside. Rodman covering. Kemp with the bucket. Kemp's got 18 points.
Big miscommunication on defense. He recognizes it and quickly takes advantage.
Boy, the defense looks shell-shocked. I mean, they're on the ropes right now, on their heels.
And a big lead for them on both the scoreboard and the backboard thus far.
Yeah, rebounding has been a big key in this one. They've asserted their will and have taken control on the glass.
James kicks the ball. Edey with a screen on Lever. And it's Ball penetrating, and he banks in the layup. Ball's got his first bucket in this one.
And I like the stick-to-itiveness of Ball. Persevering in attitude, doesn't give up when he's driving to the goal, fighting through contact. That's impressive.
Pass to Collins. It's sent back by Edey. Eason with it. He's got 5. Ball finds Edey. Now Eason. He's defended by Wagner. Eason passes to James. Ball from long range. Again, ball missing. San Antonio's gone 0 of 2 from deep to start things here in the second half. On the wing, Dumars. No scoring in this one. And a fast break now for the Hornets. And it's James missing. The Spurs have gone 2 of 7 from the field in the third. That leaves room for improvement, sir. Spurs passing it around. With the fadeaway. The shot's good from Collins.
And just an excellent setup. Joe Dumars just plays with such poise and intelligence. The quintessential combo guard.
James sets the screen for Ball. There's the triple. And James gets it to go on the assist by Ball. Ball's got his 3rd assist on the night. Kemp deciding where to go with it. Here's Dumars. And the layup's good off the glass.
And with the lead, I like the strategy here. Continue to get the ball to guys who can do something with it.
If it's working, keep working it. That's what I say. Keep the pressure on them.
3-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Pass to Eason. Jacks up a 3. Lever pulls it in. And here's Dumars. Now here's Kemp. James covering. Kemp with the bucket. Kemp's got 4 this quarter. And as we conclude the third quarter, pretty much a blowout. It's been a one-sided affair. It's the Spurs running away with it. We'll be back shortly live from Spectrum Center. And a quick look now at the State Farm assist of the game.
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery?
And they'd love to see every possession end this way. True team basketball.
And we reach the fourth quarter in a game that may be already out of hand. On the court for San Antonio, Isaiah Stewart out there with Sean Kemp. Then there's Dumars. Then it's Franz Wagner. And it's Lever in at the 1. To the middle. Takes it off the glass. Stewart's got the first field goal of the fourth quarter here for the Spurs.
Just no resistance inside at all. They are feasting. This is a straight buffet.
It is. It's a big one. And load the plate.
Yeah, exactly. It sure is. Plenty of second opportunities. 8 of their last 10 points from the paint, but the defense still continues to back away and not show any aggression.
Stewart with a screen on Ball. Outside, Kemp. Wagner passes to Dumars. Latre. The Hornets pull it in. A few possessions into the fourth quarter, just over a minute played. Outside, Ball. We all hear about AI in the workplace, and I don't mean Allen Iverson, although we could put him in the workplace. Greg, now teams are using computers to break down the action.
Yeah, able to use camera tracking to assess credit and blame, right? So maybe the little things in winning plays that went unnoticed, they won't be overlooked much anymore.
Outside Kemp. Gugliotta grabs the board.
The defense ready for him on that possession. They had to be, because he is so strong in the paint.
Eason finds Portis. Now here's Ball. Fires the 3. It's hauled in by Stewart. Lever against Ball. And the dunk by Stewart.
And he gives that rim a good tug on the way down.
Oh, that's how you drive your point home right there.
He's lucky to get away with that, though, guys. I mean, it could have earned him a technical for hanging on too long.
Portis kicks the ball. Out to Brooks. Deflects the pass. And the Hornets miss again. The Spurs have gone 2 of 4 from the field since we started the final quarter of play. To the inside. Here's Kemp. And Kemp with the slam.
The athleticism and quickness of Kemp, using both as weapons in the pick and roll.
Here's Ball. The teardrop falls in.
And it's all about the release when you shoot the flow.
And Wagner's got the ball here for San Antonio. Here in the fourth, they've allowed just 4 points. With floor spacing so in demand league-wide, Clark, there are non-shooting big men on the chopping block, wouldn't you say?
I agree. I mean, for centers, you've got to have the awareness as far as cutting and moving off the ball, and then using what they call circle action in the paint to create an angle for the pass and stay out of the way. Those are things that are part of the game now for the big guys.
And a wide open look for Portis. It's good. The assist that time from Ball. Ball's got his 4th assist in this one. Lever, the pass to Wagner. And they call an illegal screen here.
And guys, point of emphasis for the league is to really crack down on illegal screen.
Yeah, you know, he might have gotten away with that a few years ago, but not anymore. No way. Now you've got to be stationary on those screens. No extra hips or elbows, or they'll call it.
Tristan Thompson, he's checked in for San Antonio. Ball, the pass to Hagan. Here's Gugliotta. Pass to Hagan. Here's Eason. And he finishes nicely on the way.
Hey, you'll take as many high percentage looks as you can get.
Outside Dumars. The screen from Kemp. Dumars dishes to Kemp. At the elbow, it's Wagner. Thompson sets the pick for Wagner. over Eason. And another basket for San Antonio.
At 6'10", you love the versatility that Franz Wagner provides. I mean, this guy's very effective in the two-man game.
Ball, a screen on Kemp. Going inside. Nice pass in here by Charlotte. Ball, no good.
Clear he's pressing a little bit right now, and that's not going to help.
Wagner kicks to Dumars. You know, GA, one great thing about the NBA, well, there are many things, but one great thing is that there's always new talent coming through the ranks.
Yeah, I mean, the future is bright. And Kevin, I really like this year's draft class. Man, we just continue to add exciting young talent to the mix.
Here's Guglielmo, and there's the call on Fat Lever. That is his first foul of the game.
First team foul. Substitution on the court.
Now Ball. Pass to James. In the corner, it's Eason. Outside, Rodman. Just 5 to shoot. He tries for 3. Charlotte no good that time either. Spurs have gone 6 of 8 from the field in the fourth so far. It's been a great start to this final quarter for them. Now Kemp. It's Dumars on the wing. Spins over Eason. Dumars misses. For Charlotte, they've gotten just under 45% of their attempts to drop in the fourth. 4 of 9. Pass to Edey. Here's Eason. Covered by Dumars. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. Greg, one thing that doesn't show up in the box score, and maybe should, screen assists. They're a big part of the game.
Without question. I mean, the art of setting a great screen, I think, is underappreciated. Giving those guys their just due with the screen assist on a made bucket is, I'm fine with that.
That free throw, no good. And he sinks the second.
Boy, he'd sure like to have that miss back. Hard to chip away at a lead when you're leaving freebies at the line. And one team is just completely outclassing the other tonight. Spirited performance, and it really ignited what is turning out to be a monster win here for the Spurs.
It was a standout performance across the board.
I mean, it was like watching a cat play with a mouse. They were able to do more or less whatever they wanted.
And it'll mark their 4th win on the year. Actually, their 5th win on the year. And we watched one guy all night long, guys. And looking at the stats just confirms what a dominant game he had. What a night tonight it was for Shawn Kemp.
Just an outpouring of points from him. Nobody could do much to keep him from dropping it in.
6 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. James outside. Eason with it. Edey down low. Covered by Dumars. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D. 6 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And so it's San Antonio easily taking this one. This crowd was stunned by the manner in which their team was dismantled.
You know what? Shocking. I don't care what the matchup is. You never expect a road team to come in and just cruise to the kind of win they did tonight.
And that
season is in sight.
Here we go.
Teams now desperate to get into the playoffs.
And when you're in that situation, you can feel the pressure when you're on the floor and in the locker room. Those guys know they're running out of chances to get to the postseason.
And the starting group for Chicago. They've got Karl Anthony Towns, and it's Donaldson in at the center position. Arenas' shot is off. And here's Halliburton. He'll bring it up for Brooklyn. And this game, the first chance they've had to see Chicago.
And in a series of the have-nots last year, they came out on the losing end, really looking for some improvement here.
Here's Arenas. Thomas defends. Arenas passes to Richardson. Here's Arenas. Beyond the arc. Offensive rebound. Pippen outside. Outside Richardson. 5 to shoot. Inside. Deflects the pass. Pass to Donaldson. Here's Pippen. Drains the jumper to finish off the break.
Well, the defense can't lose track of him. He's just too talented offensively.
It's Thomas on the wing. Thurman. Oh, a nice one-handed slam right there.
He knew exactly where his man was going to be. Outstanding lead pass.
Richardson, the pass to Towns. Richardson with a screen on Halliburton. Towns for 3. It's hauled in by Thurman.
And you just can't afford to give up that kind of look very often.
Well, Grant, the 2025 season was sort of a return to form for Karl Anthony Towns.
Yeah, B.A. He just seemed more comfortable out there, right? Getting back to what his numbers used to look like and just playing with reckless abandon.
Another shot. And some solid defense from Towns.
Well, this isn't the start they wanted. Need to just settle down and move the ball for better shots.
Just taking it right to the rim, and no one was there to greet him.
Once he gets in deep on the defense, there is no way he's missing a layup like that.
Here's Drexler. He's averaging just around 8.5 points a game. And it's in there.
That's a move you won't see many guys make. Impressive stuff.
And from the sideline, let's catch up with Allie.
Well, I had a chance to talk with head coach Jordy Fernandez. When Karl Anthony Towns was brought up, coach immediately chimed in, saying, yeah, the thing about Towns is the sheer size that he brings. Our guys will have to be physical and make him uncomfortable around the basket to have success. Physicality and aggressiveness will be the key. Guys, back to you.
Okay, good stuff. Thank you, Allie. Here's Thomas, following the three-point basket by Chicago. And here's Halliburton, providing this team some offensive stability. A little over 10 points a game. Davis, the pass to Halliburton. And here's Thomas. Takes a 3. Down it goes. And a great assist by Halliburton.
And both teams running long-range plays that are working.
Well, you know it's become a three-point shooting league. Teams shooting a steady diet from outside.
Now here's Towns. In his last outing, 8 points for him. On target from range. Arenas has got 8.
Well, you have to appreciate how selfless Towns is. If you get wide open, he'll reward you.
Thomas passes to Halliburton. Here's Drexler. 4-3. Karl Anthony Towns comes up with a rebound.
Yeah, just a little off his game this quarter. He's trying to work his way into a rhythm.
All sorts of time, and he knocks the jumper down.
Well, with his mechanics and size, when Towns spots up, it's tough to disrupt his shot.
Halliburton outside. Pass to Drexler. 6 to shoot. Rebound by the Bulls.
Well, this period, he's been his own worst enemy, and now he's pressing.
Richardson, the pass to Towns. And again, it's the Bulls from deep.
This defense just can't stay connected to shooters.
And Jordi Fernandez wants a timeout. We might see him looking to make some tweaks to the strategy. And the Bulls, with one playoff game win in the last 8 seasons, the lowest total over any 8-year stretch in franchise history, Stan.
Well, yeah, they've hovered around 500 for the last 4 seasons and been really competitive. But the problem is you can get stuck in that middle. Now, going young, can they find a path back to relevance?
A full line change here for Brooklyn. And this is how the West looks with just 3 games left until the playoffs begin. You look at the Bulls, when it comes to playoff seedings, they're in a dubious position right now. 9th place in the conference. And of course, Brooklyn, they're currently tied.
I think for the Nets, I really think they've been hit and miss thus far. I mean, they are a playoff level team, but are they championship level? Probably not.
Yeah, and that's not a knock on them. This is where most people expected them to be. They just don't have the talent to be up there with the contenders.
Now here's Washington. Uneasy, too, on the layup.
Man, that was fast. They're already up by double digits.
Yeah, incredible play on both ends of the floor. There may be too big of a gap here.
Here's Goodrich, and here's Ingram outside, fires in the triple.
Well, look, you have to stay connected to Ingram. He's such a good shooter.
And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Ingram.
Almost had the steal. You have to love the pressure defense.
Yeah, deflections are a stat that a lot of teams track, disrupting the offense's rhythm and flow.
Now here's Brown.
That missed aside. They're off to a strong start at the offensive end.
Off target at the rim. Washington against Ingram. Jacks up a 3. A rebound by Coleman.
Just enough of a shot contest to bother him.
Here's Knipple. Still without a bucket. Over to the wing. Washington a screen. 3-pointer. Rebounded. Domantas Sabonis. Nets trail by 7. A knockdown shooter if I ever saw one. Knipple is a constant threat on the perimeter, Grant.
Yeah, Knipple is a high-level floor spacer. He has a great feel for the game and makes solid reads. Plus, his strong frame allows him to match up with bigger wings.
Pass to Knipple. Washington outside. Here's Houghton. And down it goes. Jam that one home.
Oh, nice one-handed jam there, B.A.
Hey, little exclamation point. Now Şengün. The 3 is up. Can't get a second shot to fall. Now 1 of 2. We've got 33 seconds left to play in the first. To the middle. Kick out to Brown. The 3 drains the triple. And now a 10-point Bulls lead.
They're not wasting any time putting their stamp on this game. What a start.
Yeah, but you can't let up at all. They've got a chance to put this game away early, and they should take it.
Here's Oden. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Oden's got his second basket of the game.
What a way to begin this game. Dominating at both ends of the floor.
Obviously, guys, brilliant coaching, a perfect game plan.
And so it's the Chicago Bulls going into the break up 12. And it's their three-point accuracy that has helped them build such a healthy lead. Back after this. And if you're just tuning in, we've got a wide margin on the scoreboard, but plenty of time left for a comeback. And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown for the Bulls.
Well, the coaching staff's game plan is very clear. Move the ball on the perimeter and shoot the shots with no hesitation.
And from the jump, they've also clearly been focused on running effective plays here tonight. And there's been a lot of high-quality distribution from them on the floor.
Alperon Şengün out there with Davis. Then there's Tyrese Halliburton, and it's Drexler in at the 3, the small forward. So that's the lineup for Brooklyn. Now here's Halliburton. He's scoreless. Time now to hear from our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Thanks. Those who've worked with Nets coach Jordi Fernandez rave about his people skills. He said, quote, "Am I very good at it? I don't know, but I try because I think it's important. When you have that relationship, especially in the tough moments, is when you can break through and be successful. Without it, it's tough, so you try to build it." Guys, back to you.
Thank you, Allie. Here's Halliburton. The Bulls making their last shot. The money on the 19-footer.
I really like how efficient Halliburton is. His sense for when to score is already very advanced.
Arenas passes to Richardson. Here's Arenas. Takes the 3. It's rebounded by Şengün.
Started out strong for three-point land. Hit 2 in the first quarter, but he's gone dry since.
Thomas passes to Halliburton. Here's Drexler. Şengün, the screen. Fires for 3. Not going to go that time.
You hate to pile on, but his poor shooting night has really hurt the team.
Richardson finds Towns. Here's Arenas. Towns, a screen on Thomas. Knocks down the long J. Arenas has got 13 now.
He's really finding his rhythm here. I mean, smart move to keep feeding him the ball.
Yeah, when you have a guy playing like he has been recently, he's got to be the first option on every possession.
And Jordi Fernandez wants a timeout. A moment to rest and confer on the game plan. Both teams making substitutions here. Well, Grant, we know teams are hunting triples like never before. What's the line before you get a little 3 happy, though?
Well, B.A., I don't care how well you're shooting it. If you have an opportunity to get to the rim, you have to take it.
All right, for those just joining us, we're almost 2.5 minutes into the second. Thomas finds Halliburton. Lets the three fly. Knocks down the triple. Halliburton's got 5 now.
At the perimeter, Halliburton has a lot of confidence. He's just about always ready to take that shot.
Out to the right wing. Now here's Pippen. He's closely guarded. 5 on the clock. Kicks it out, Towns. This one for 3. It's hauled in by Thurman. Thurman's got 4 rebounds in the game. Halliburton, the pass to Thomas. Back to Halliburton. Here's Drexler. Thomas outside. Pass to Davis. Davis drawing the double team. Oh, it's stolen by Towns. Oh, and a fast break for Chicago. Here's Pippen. Counted from distance. He's got 5.
As the deep shots continue to fall, you can sense the frustration growing among these defenders.
Closing in on 4 minutes played here in the second quarter. And that one's good.
Halliburton, really a playmaker with the ball in his hands.
Well, Grant, last season, the Nets retired number 15, the jersey of Vince Carter.
Yeah, half man, half amazing. In his half decade in New Jersey, making 3 all-star teams, 2 as a starter, and joins his former teammate Jason Kidd amidst the 7 jerseys we see hanging above us.
Here's Richardson. And he drops in the layup off the glass.
Even with the score as it is, he just keeps coming at you.
Now here's Thomas. The D's right on him. That one's off. He's 2 for 3 in the game. Chicago leading by 16. Now here's Richardson. Towns for 3. Brooklyn pulls it in. Thurman's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Thomas with the ball. Pass to Thurman. Now Halliburton. Parked it down low that time. Got hit with the 3-second call. And time for us to look in at the best three-point shooting teams in the second half of the season. The Bulls, 4th.
As the season has gone on, the ball has gone in more and more. You like the trend. They're in a terrific rhythm offensively.
And so Billy Donovan calls timeout. He's going to take a minute to regroup with his players. Bulls leading by 16. Pass to Brown. And here's Knipple from the arc. It's hauled in by Thurman. Thurman's got his 6th rebound on the night. Here's Goodrich. Yet to see a basket to the paint. Sabonis. And Sabonis slams it in.
Nice little flush there from Sabonis to cap off the possession.
Outside, Brown. Bearing his 2nd of 3 attempts.
And it gets even worse for them. I mean, he just waltzes down the lane, extending their advantage. Not good.
Well, it's not going to get any easier if they can't improve their defensive intensity. They got to show some fight.
At almost 7 feet tall, you got to push Sabonis farther away. When you don't, he just dunks it with ease.
Sabonis on the double team from downtown, and it's Washington missing. Nets trail by 14. Picked by Sabonis. And he drives in. Pass to Ingram. That one falls. Nice feed from Sabonis. Ingram's got 5.
Something undervalued about Sabonis, he's a great passing big. That's key for this offense.
It's tipped. Here's Sherman. No made baskets yet. Here's Thurman. Outside Ingram. Shot clock at 5. Oh, a beautiful reverse layup.
Man, that's now 10 straight points in the paint. I'm not sure what's happened to their defense.
Outside, Brown. Chicago passing it around. Here's Arenas. The Bulls with another miss. Nets trail by 10. Pass to Sabonis. Here's Sherman. Sabonis with a screen on Brown. Tipped. It's a 3-on-3 fast break. 7-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. This is the baby hook.
Excellent coverage defensively, making it hard on him.
Outside Ingram. Pass to Thurman. Good on the shot, and that shaves the lead to single digits. Thurman's got 4 points in the quarter. And so it's the Chicago Bulls up by a healthy 8 points at the end of the period. Great shot selection right now, keeping the game simple and getting high percentage looks. Well, now a minute to check in with Allie LaForce. She's courtside. Hey, Allie.
Carl, you were able to build the lead, but what's the key to maintaining it or even increasing it going forward?
I mean, don't change what we're doing. Just stay together, keep passing the ball, keep playing great defense, and just keep making them think and make decisions, especially the difficult ones.
Consistency is a beautiful thing. Thanks, Carl.
All right, good stuff, Allie. And we'll get back to the action at the start of the third quarter.
Greetings, everybody. Before we delve into the first half analysis, let's bring you up to speed on the power rankings at this critical stage of the season. Veering off topic a bit, I wanted to ask you guys, who would you say is the best trash talker of all time?
Man, there's been a lot of them. But I'll go with either Bird or Jordan, because trash talk is only good if you can back it up.
I really can't say because nobody talked trash to me. They were too afraid of the consequences.
Okay, now that's a lie, because I talk trash to you all the time, and I haven't seen any consequences.
Oh, just wait till the next break, buddy boy. Been saving up.
And now, time to talk about this game. What a solid start for the Bulls.
Yeah, it's been a barrage of threes. These days, more teams are playing outside in than inside out.
Kenny, you hurt my ears, Kenny.
Just being honest, Shaq. Just being honest with our viewers.
Glad you could join us. Brian Anderson and crew are ready to take it away for the start of the third quarter.
Well, for those just tuning in, thanks for being with us. Second half of this game still to play. Second half underway. Here's who Billy Donovan's got on the floor. They've got Karl Anthony Towns, and it's Donaldson in at the 5. Now here's Thomas. He shoots it. Towns with a rebound. Towns has got 6 rebounds in the game. Pippen outside. Pass to Donaldson. Towns outside. From outside the arc. And the 3 falls for Towns.
Few bigs do it as well as Towns. Stretching the floor with his efficiency from range.
Well, Grant, you look at the Bulls, middling on both ends. What's their biggest need?
You know, B.A., I think it's length and athleticism. You can't have enough of those type of players in today's game. You look at their activity stats, the steals, offensive rebounds, very much in need of a boost. Playing from behind, it's amazing he chose a dunk with that high a difficulty rating.
Yeah, no question. That was a stellar move with plenty of swagger. Pass to Arenas. The wide open shot is on the money. Arenas has got 15.
And just executing at a high level. I mean, taking what the defense allows and putting in the work.
Yeah, come on. They're just having their way out there and continuing to press the advantage.
And look at the vision from Halliburton. Love seeing ball movement like this.
Arenas passes to Richardson. Now here's Towns. Sengun checked in for Brooklyn.
First team. Coming up on the floor for your Knicks. Number 28, Alperen Sengun.
And it's the Bulls with the ball. At one point, they led by 16. Here's Arenas. Thomas defends. It's stolen by Halliburton. Thomas outside. Pass to Sengun. Halliburton on the wing. And he lobs it up. And Sengun throw it down.
Yeah, how about the connection there? Great pass and even better finish by Sengun.
All right, let's check in with Allie LaForce.
Hey, guys. Tyrese Halliburton loves to pass, but he's not chasing assists. He said, quote, I just try to play the right brand of basketball. I like to see the ball moving. I take it ahead. I'm just playing through the flow of the game. Assists just happen with the way I play. Back to you.
He spreads it around. Thank you very much for the report, Allie. Nets trail by 7. Just over 2.5 minutes gone by in the second half. Sengun, the screen. Three-pointer, Halliburton. Rebounded by Pippen. The Bulls' shooting has been great this game, 58%. Richardson, the pass to Pippen. Pass to Towns. Shot clock at 6. And Davis with the block.
He is such an impactful defensive player. Davis's length and timing makes him a prime-time shot blocker. And it didn't register as an official block, but he did everything you want in disrupting that shot.
Well, you know, sometimes the most pivotal plays don't always go on the stat sheet.
Arenas with the bucket. Arenas has got 18.
They've got the offense clicking. 3 for 4 to start the half and looking confident.
And Jordi Fernandez wants a timeout. He's going to take a moment to give him a breather and talk things over. checked in for Chicago. And a quick look here at some of the numbers for Anthony Davis. Just over 3.5 minutes through the third. Davis with a screen on Richardson. Halliburton, the pass to Davis.
Right there, you see one of the many ways AD can beat you with his craft.
First team foul. This is his first trip to the free throw line tonight.
Anthony Davis at the line 2 times.
That free throw good from Davis. And Grant, the Nets have shown the capacity to rebuild quickly in the past.
Yeah, playing in a big market helps, but they've pivoted decisively from their Big Three era and have the picks and flexibility to make moves.
And good on the second, so he makes them both. And Stan, this Chicago front office embracing a more patient approach in building with younger players.
Yeah, B.A., and admitting that in recent years they may have skipped steps trying to leap into the playoff picture. So now a change of course is taking place.
Ingram's checked in for Halliburton.
On the court.
Nets trail by 8. Now Thomas. He has 7. Ingram on Şengün. Back to Ingram. Clock at 6. Great D that time from Pippen.
Nice rebound. Trying to match the other team's intensity right now.
Oh, and a beautiful feed leads to a monster jam.
High value assist there. Finding him inside for the finish.
Now here's Ingram. Looking at his stats, he's putting up about 7.5 per game. And for the better part of a decade now, the league allowing players to wear any sneaker color. It's catching on, Stan. What color are those you're wearing? Is that lime green?
Well, Brian, you know I've always been known for my fashion sense. I'm something of an icon, and when I come on camera, people are watching because they want to know what the next fashion trend is. So yes, tonight these are lime green. Tomorrow, we'll just have to see.
Sharman, the pass to Sabonis, and the basket is good. Sabonis has gotten his 3rd basket of the night.
And guarding Sabonis in the pick and roll is a guessing game. He's so agile and unpredictable in these sets.
Pass to Oden. And here's Brown for 3. And Domas Sabonis pulls it down. Sabonis has got his 4th rebound in this one. Sabonis with a screen on Washington. Now Şengün. Back to Ingram. And there's the screen. Here's Sharman. Count it. And here are the Bulls now. Washington outside. Pass to Coleman. .156 left in the 3rd quarter. He's off on that one. To the middle. Here's Şengün. And he floats it in for the easy 2. Credit the sweet setup on that one.
You gotta love how Şengün attacks on the interior.
Pass to Coleman. Banked it in off the glass. And the Bulls lead by 6.
Yeah, showing a little versatility with their offensive attack. In the first half, it was about the 3-ball. In the second half, they've emphasized interior scoring.
And Jordi Fernandez wants a timeout. He might have seen something and needs to review with his guys.
Your next team.
teams who have been piling up assists since the All-Star break. In third, Chicago.
They're clearly on the same page offensively, and the chemistry has gotten better and better. The assist totals have been outstanding.
A minute 22 left in the third quarter. Good ball movement here by Brooklyn. Halliburton up top, defended by Brown. Halliburton against Brown. Just 4 to shoot. From deep. And the Nets miss again. Bulls leading by 6. Down low. Looking to end this cold spell. And it's thrown down hard with both hands.
Got to give them credit for jumping on the ball and making the most at the other end.
Boy, inexcusable at this point of the game. They got to be more composed in these moments.
Well, as a coach, turnovers will drive you nuts, but sometimes that happens when you're aggressive. So there's a balance.
The defense there doing whatever they can to protect the rim.
Chicago shooting their first shots of the night from the charity stripe.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
He's off on the first.
If there's anybody that can come out of college and command leadership right away, it's Con Knipple.
The Bulls making a switch here. Good on the second one. We've got 33 seconds left in the third quarter of the game. And here's Halliburton. He's got 5. Right side Ingram. Over Washington. The shot by Ingram, no good.
Yeah, you expect him to make those. Good look. Just couldn't find the mark.
Pass to Knipple. Right side Brown. Oh, and there's the whistle on the shot. So 2 free throws for him coming up. Chicago shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw attempts of the game.
Shooting for Chicago. Brown. 2 shots.
Shooting 2.
Free throw good. Brown. So both teams making some changes here. And so he hits both.
Well, he's been very good at the line, and we all know free throws can make or break you in the end.
And we've reached the end of the third. Bulls out in front, leading by 7. And we're just moments away from the start of quarter number 4. And it's time now to bring you our State Farm assist of the game.
Talk about painting a magnificent picture with that dive. Just a great decision and a perfect delivery.
Wow, that was an absolute masterpiece of an assist. He knew exactly when to deliver the ball, and it made for a beautiful score.
The fourth quarter has arrived. So good to have you with us. They've got Tyrese Halliburton, and it's Drexler in at the 3. So that's the next 5. Arenas, and he takes that one up and powers it through.
And he just driving the stake in him there.
He's a guy just never lets up.
Yeah, they're not pulling any punches here. Even the guards are attacking the basket.
Richardson, the pass to Arenas. Offline with a 3.
Yeah, and the defense has really got to tighten up on him. I mean, he's just too dangerous from the three-point line.
60 ticks off the clock here in the fourth. Thomas outside. Down to 5 on the shot clock. The Nets need to get off a shot here. Halliburton for 3. Pass to Drexler. Over to the left wing. Here's Thurman. And he drains it. A solid 5 for 6 now.
Yeah, this is when they need to lean on him more. Get him the ball and let him build some momentum. Well, their schemes have been effective, and he's been a significant part of their focus.
Davis, the pass to Drexler. Now Halliburton, guarded by Richardson. Unloads. A nice shot by Halliburton.
Easy look tell when the defender isn't fighting over the screen.
Yeah, it's certainly worth it to disrupt the offense. Coaches notice that extra effort.
Pass to Arenas. Back to Richardson. Brooklyn pulls it in. Thurman's got rebound number 8 here already in the game. Here's Davis. Back to Thomas. From deep. And finished off by Davis!
And that's unbelievable. Davis sky high doing his thing.
Richardson, the pass to Arenas. Sinks it! What range from downtown! Arenas has got 23.
Well, that brings his total to 5 makes from beyond the arc for the game. Feeling some confidence from range.
Davis with a screen on Richardson. Thomas outside. They set a pick. Got a piece of it. Now here's Richardson. Towns outside from the arc. Tries again. Drexler grabs the board. Nets trail by 8. And he's going for the lob. Oh, it's stolen by Towns. Richardson against Thomas. Richardson, the pass to Towns. Here's Arenas. 6 on the shot clock. To the left wing. Wide open look. Yep, that one goes. Arenas has got 7 now in this quarter.
Adds to their lead. They've been able to rely on him all night.
Halliburton outside. Shot from the wing. And he nails that one right through the heart. Bulls leading by 8. And timeout is called by Billy Donovan. He is not messing around, calling them into the huddle. A moment to hear from Allie LaForce.
Thanks, guys. I got a chance to hear what Billy Donovan was saying to the team. He told his guys, quote, "Do not get complacent. No coasting to the finish line here. Stay on the gas, keep the energy up, and close it out. Coach doesn't just want them to hang on to this lead. He wants them to extend it."
Great work, Allie. Thanks. Arenas' shot is off. And Halliburton has got the ball here for the Nets. They're off to battle the Trailblazers after this one, as they'll be playing at Moda Center. It's a quick turnaround on the road. Just one game.
And lockdown defense against one of the best three-point shooters.
Oh, look out! Wow!
Are you kidding?
Wow! That type of finish is just deflating right now for a team that's trying to make a comeback.
Ouch. That's certainly a big-time finish right there. It was one big exclamation point, or maybe even a question mark. Thomas! He's off from 3.
Yeah, you wonder what is he thinking right now. He's not shooting the ball well, and shots like that only hurt his team more.
Oh, no good on the layup.
That's not a bad shot at all. It just didn't go in. Sometimes the process is right, and you still get a bad result.
Here's Halliburton from downtown. Halliburton nails the 3.
What a release. Halliburton getting rid of it.
And timeout is called by Billy Donovan. He's decided it's time to clarify the situation, leaving little room for error. Chicago making a switch here.
The Brooklyn Nets Kids Dance Team.
Ooh, poked away. Thomas with a steal. Going inside. Jams it home.
What a two-way play. Just tremendous.
Yeah, the steal was slick. The slam topped it off.
And that is why you want to run off turnovers. Get down the floor before the defense is set.
And the the whistle on the shot. Got some contact there. Misses the shot, but he'll shoot 2.
No debate there. He got hammered.
Second one is good, getting both at the line, and it's a 7-point game.
Good job converting at the line and helping to build this lead.
Outside Davis. Davis showing his range.
What an emphatic bucket by Davis. This is a guy who never backs down or gives up.
And there's the whistle. The illegal screen is the call.
One of the trickier plays to judge, but it would be hard to argue against the call.
Yeah, and that's maybe something that should be called more. We see a lot of moving screens in today's NBA.
Both hands there for a little extra.
This has been fun to watch. I mean, they've managed to go on a run just when it looked like this might be over.
Here's Arenas. Thomas defends. Towns outside for 3. Oh, the shot is off. Brooklyn with the ball. They're on a 12-4 run. Here's Drexler, guarded by Richardson. Halliburton outside. Just 5 on the clock. And that misses. That would have put him up. And so here is Chicago. At one point, they led by 16. And out of bounds, the Nets will take it.
What a costly turnover. Those are the ones that keep you up at night.
And the timeout called here by Jordi Fernandez. Great time to call his guys into the huddle at a very tense moment in this game. And the Nets making a change here. Sabonis checked in. Now Davis to tie it up. Towns ripped down the board. They'll probably slow things down now.
Burn the clock while you have the lead. I like that.
Towns on a screen. And he buries the jumper.
Well, we talk about ice in his veins a lot, but this guy personifies that. What a clutch shot.
Sabonis outside. Thomas against Richardson. Halliburton can't hit it. And now they decide to foul intentionally.
Yeah, and that was a smart move. I mean, you have to foul right there. You just don't want them to run out the clock.
He hits the first one, and that puts him up 5. So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's a 6-point ball game.
Great composure there. Calmly knocks them down to put this game out of reach.
The 3 ball is down.
And showing off that ability to stretch the floor. Seems like